you filled out a financial aid, a FAFSA, right?
Yes.
Were you grant eligible? Do you remember what that EFC score was? It said EFC score equals 0.00000.
Look on my phone.
Yeah. Because if it, whatever that score is, tells us what your grant eligibility is. That's federal Pell Grant money. If you're 0.000, you get it all. That's about $6,500 a year in free money. Free money when it costs 10 and change a year to go here. You're getting 65 for free. Now you're loaning this much lower amount. Come next August, if you're full Pell eligible, you're full state eligible. Come next August, the two grant monies together now will pay for it all. So the first year you may have to take out a little loan money. But come August of the second year, you have Pell Grant money, you have state grant money, and hopefully we've got you signed up for Tennessee Achieves, you got that money. So at that point, you shouldn't have to loan any money. You know what I'm saying? So that's the objective, that's the goal. Quite frankly, I'll be honest with you, going to main campus is an experience. If you want that experience and you want to pay for it, it changes lives. I was a product of a traditional campus. I graduated from the University of Memphis, but I went to UT Martin, Austin Peay, Nashville State, and finished at the University of Memphis. Bethel SACS accredited too. Stay in a SACS accredited school, and if you change your mind, you can take your credits with you. Just keep that always in mind. So if you come to Bethel, you take a term or two, you don't like it, these credits are SACS accredited. They'll go to any state school you go to. So that was the only thing I knew when I started college. Just start. Knock and clap. They'll go as long as I know it's a SACS accredited school. I'll eventually decide what I'm going to do. But I'm knocking out English, math, science, because I know I got to do it anyway. Eventually I got a music business degree. I worked in the music industry for 10 years. I hated every minute of it. It's just a cutthroat business,
yeah.
You know. So 10 years of that, I've been here 10 and a half years. Back 20 and a half years, I followed my dream. I did what I wanted to do. 10 years in education, much safer,
Yeah.
easier,
Guaranteed.
calmer. And still, education is, quite frankly, recession-proof. Right now, it's hard to enroll people. Job unemployment's at the lowest, 3%. You think people are wanting to rush in the door to go to school? No, they're comfortable. They got a job. But as soon as that starts ticking up again,
away. Yeah.
enrollment starts going up. As soon as it's direct correlation. So when I came here 10 years ago, unemployment was almost 10%. You know what I'm saying? Remember 10 years ago?
Yeah, that's
Enron,
pretty tough.
crash, unemployment
That's pretty
off
bad.
the roof. We had 300 face-to-face students here. You know how many we have now? 65. Mostly, we have hundreds of online students because they're working, they're doing it, they don't want to come to the classroom. But the classroom settings now have shrunk to about 60, 70 something students. It's just the way it is when people are employed. They're not necessarily rushing to go to school. But now all you 18, 19-year-old now, y'all doing what you need to do. You need to graduate high school, you need to go to school. You know, it's just what format are you going to do it in? And not everyone is a main campus student. Some people choose to do this so they can work too. You know, now you get your degree done and you're working a little bit. You go to main campus, it's hard to juggle jobs, all 4 classes at one time, social life, you know, it's just a little different setup.
Are you talking about the award letter that they sent out?
Ooh, you already got an award letter?
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, that's right, because they done finished all your enrollment.
It said,
So your federal Pell Grant, $3,098. So like I told you, Pell Grant is $6,200 a year. They split it in half. So they're sending you $3,098 for the first term. Next term they'll send the other $3,098. So that tells me you're full Pell Grant eligible. And you're a dependent student. So, whereas I would get 9,500 in student loan eligibility, you only get 5,500 in student loan eligibility because you're a dependent student. I'm married, I have a child. So if I was a freshman, I'd get 9,500 plus my grant money. You get 5,500 plus your grant money. So what that's telling you is you are going to have to take the student loans anyway, because grant money alone is not enough to cover it all until your second year. You're full Pell Grant eligible, which means you should be full state grant eligible. Federal is Pell. That's coming from the federal government, that $3,000 there. Next year, the state's going to send you about $2,500 too. So now you got $3,000 each term from the federal government, about $2,500 from the state government. You know, so now the two together, your term only costs about $5,500. So you got 30 something, 3.2, 3.1, 2.5. You might be $100 short or $200, but you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now you're just nickel and diming it with little student loans perhaps. But this first term, you only got $3,000 in Pell. Your term costs $5,500, so you know you're borrowing $2,500 for this first term. Not too shabby. I mean, that's, you know, you going to school and it's low. Most people have to borrow it all, so trust me. You know. So, classroom, one night a week, if you want to be in that group, the only caveat is, I always tell students, there's usually 8, 9, 10 students. There has to be 8, 9, 10 students. If that January group is scheduled for the 20th, and we get to about the 10th, and we know we ain't got 10 students, that group will get pushed back a couple of weeks. Do it again until I have 8, 9, or 10 students. They won't start a group with less than that. It's typically just ain't talking to 3 people. For, you know, you need a group. I teach group and organizational dynamics. So obviously you need and attrition. You start a group with 10 people. 8 months later, you're down to 9. You know, because one student quit or decided they didn't like it or what. So that's the only thing you need to keep in mind, because I hate people calling and saying, well, man, what I told you. You know, I'm at the mercy of who walks in and who I recruit. I do a lot of B2B relationships. I get students all the time. Trust me, about 20 students a month I enroll. 18 of those go online. So about 1 or 2 of you a month show up and say, I want a classroom. Are you military background at all?
Yeah, I'm retired.
So you'll understand this. The classroom settings, let's say I have 60 students that come. Some come on Monday night, some come on Tuesday, some come on Thursday. 99% of these face-to-face students are military folks. They come in the classroom because they get a higher BAH amount, education benefits, because they use their post 9/11, it
Right.
pays for their school. They collect their housing allowance every month because they're in the classroom. That's a much larger paycheck than being an online student. So that's why the makeup of the classrooms, you're going to be in a classroom with predominantly military folks, which is a good place to be. A, because most of them are pretty cool. B, most of them are pretty smart. C, you know, you learn a lot. I tell people, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You know what I'm saying? Surround yourself with people with more experience and smarter than you. You learn quicker, you get there faster. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of my face-to-face students are military folks, either active, using their military benefits, or retired, or served, and now they're out using their benefits. That trophy right there, that big old trophy that's on the table,
Yeah.
we award that from Tennessee National Guard because we do deferred payments, meaning we don't make them pay up front. Tuition, when we get the money from the VA, your classes will be paid for. Don't worry about it. We'll sign you up. So they give us a big award for just that type of service, because a lot of schools won't do that. You know what I'm saying? And so if they get called off or whatever, all they got to do is send their orders. We stop them right there, no questions, no answers. Come back, pick it up where you left off, you know. So they just came in. Clarksville Now ran a big story, pictures, you know, yada, yada, yada. So we're pretty proud of our customer service to military folks and their family members. So anyway, what are you gonna do? Now the big question, what are you gonna do? Like I said, bottom line is you're saving a lot of time and money. You know, if somebody says, hey, you're going to get the same degree from the same university, a little bit different way of doing it, but you're going to save a lot of time and money, I'm like, sign me up. You know, so I was a traditional student for a while until I realized that I still had to work more than I wanted to pay for everything. I took my student loans. I borrowed more than I needed. A lot of that $32,000 I'm paying back, I probably needed 20 of it. 12 of it is the extra money I took to pay the bills, so I didn't have to work as hard, like 40 hours. I worked 20 hours. Now, if I go back and do it again when I do it again, heck yeah, because I made it work and it worked for me. However, in hindsight, just take what you need. That way when you get done, you ain't got anything to pay back but what you needed. If you can make that work. You know, so most people can't. Anywho, that's basically it. You'll get a laptop because it's a written-based program. We give all students one. You can do your work on it. It's fully loaded. You know, $1,000 program and a $350 computer. You know, $1,300 worth of equipment. As long as you finish the first term, it's yours free and clear. There is a prorate charge. Let's say you take 3 classes, you drop out before the 4th one. That's 3 credit hours you're shot. It's $25 a credit hour. So they'll charge you $75 for a $1,300 piece of equipment. They do that just to keep people from enrolling and walking off of computers. Most people take their first term with us, no problem. Nobody hardly ever pays a penny for them. But I tell people, so what if you pay $75 for a $1,300 computer? You know, yeah, so.
Is that for just only online, or is it you don't give computers for online?
Every student that enrolls through the College of Professional Studies. Like if you roll through traditional studies main campus, nah, they ain't giving you a laptop. Like, welcome to the school. 8 a.m. class starts. Good luck with doing your homework. You know, that's the little differences between adult-oriented program, traditional studies program. Still all Bethel, just a different way of doing business. You know. So business associates online, you don't have to go anywhere. You can enroll for that, or associates in liberal arts in the classroom starts in January. If you take, like you asked me yesterday, you take the first term, let's say you get English out of the way, a humanities, a religion course, a social science course, now you're 12 hours into it and say, okay, now I want to go to main campus. You're perfectly free to do that. That 12 hours, you go right over there and you go right over there and pick up where you left off. So, if you take the 12 hours and say, hey, I want to go to Austin Peay, then 12 hours are going to go over to Austin Peay because you're going to need English, science, history, all, you know, SACS accredited school. I don't care how many times you change school as long as you stay in a SACS accredited school. Vanderbilt, UT, Alabama, Austin Peay, Bethel University, South Carolina, I mean, you know, all major schools in the Southeastern Conference are usually SACS accredited schools. TCAPs, good schools, but not SACS accredited. Online universities, Kaplan's, things like that. You don't want to go there, you know, it's too much money for not, no accreditation, you know. You change schools down the road, they go, sorry, we don't take those credits. You know, now you're starting all over. University of Phoenix is,
Yeah, I heard about that.
a lot of hurting people. So, yeah. I'll flag these. If you want to start with us, we can drop another app. It's a different app system. We can drop an application in 5 minutes. You're never obligated to us. You just make me look good for getting an application.
So do I have to like reapply? Or no, it's just everything's just gonna get transferred?
Only thing you have to do is drop a different application. Like I said, which takes like 5 minutes. Everything else we will